Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fun in the Country Basement for this November 3rd of 2019. I think I got all that right. We thank you guys for tuning in, and let's go ahead and, Walter, do your intro.
Hey, I'm Walter, Kuntry 3D. You can find me everywhere at Kuntry 3D. Most of the time, if I'm not hiding or in the bathroom. So y'all come check it out. That's that guy below. The guy in the basement.
Down there.
He's in the
James.
basement.
Most of you probably see me at some point. I'm Print and Play on YouTube, JC Print and Play on Twitter, and then various combinations of Print and Play plus JC or whatever everywhere else. I'm a bit of a mess.
And of course, I am Glenn from Fun King 3D, which is the channel that you're tuned into currently. So hopefully you're familiar with that, or it was just a blind click. But either way, we'll take you. And we thank you guys for all being here. Again, we're not going to run down through the chat anymore because there's too darn many of you.
Well, I will ask that if you see my name pop up and somebody say something to me, tell me, because I took my mouse and keyboard out before I changed over to the live comment, so I can't see the chat right now.
Oh. All right. So this is the point where everybody says things about Walter and he can't see it.
Hold up.
I forgot to load chat, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, you should have a chat right in your StreamYard window.
Yeah, you do up there where it says private chat and live comments. You just click on live comments. That should be
upper right hand corner. It should say comments.
Oh, there we go. I see it.
Yeah, and then you get to comment with us.
Ronnie says I should be green screening using Chris's basement. That would have been something to organize beforehand, but that would have been fun.
Yeah, someday we will be that high tech. So
that would have been pretty good though.
Get you. We'd have to wear your mullet.
I don't even know where that thing is. Last time I went to put it on, there's a spider living in it, and I was like, nope.
Now, Glenn, I don't know if you or James are Patreons of Chris's. Are y'all Patreons of Chris's?
Sure am.
Okay. Did y'all see the picture the other day?
Oh yes.
Don't say anything.
Nope.
Don't say anything.
Oh.
But
probably.
If you're not a Patreon of Chris Riley, it's worth your $1 just to go see that picture.
I agree. Well, I mean, if you're not a Patreon of Chris, it's worthwhile to be a Patreon of Chris. That
it's true.
So unless that means that you're going to stop being my Patreon, then forget it. No.
I'm just saying, it's worth, even if it's just for 1 month for $1, it's worth it for that picture alone.
It's worth it to go cancel your one to Glenn, switch you over to Chris for the month, and then switch it back afterwards.
Right.
As long as you switch it back, that's the key part, right?
No, right. Yeah. So just so that everybody knows, Mr. Riley is not with us today due to work-related travel, so he was quite distraught and was like, I don't know how you guys are going to get by without me. And I'm like, you're right. We suck. We'll have to find a different basement dweller. So we did.
That's me.
Wow. So wait, he sent you a different email than he sent me, because the one he sent me was more like, so long, suckers. We have some fungus growing beside you.
Hey.
That's the guy that tried to abduct my wife at Earth.
The aliens have landed.
Yeah, Josh was really hard to find at Earth. Like, you'd look around the room and you just couldn't find him.
He's always being carried away.
Alien faces on the balloon scan.
I tried. No, that was pretty funny. Oh, so it's all kinds of fill-ins today. So I knew you were here. I seen you.
Oh,
Why,
yeah. He's got the camera and everything. Spying on me.
Xander grew up so fast.
No, Xander is he's had a rough weekend. He stayed over at a friend's house Friday night, and then they went to a place called Fun Spot in Orlando, which is like go-karts and all that stuff. And so he's pretty wrecked. What is this? It's the heat bed off the FK1.
Why am I leaning on it?
Because I had to put a PEI sheet on it, and it was much easier to do it with it up. Feel how smooth it is. It's like a baby.
No,
spot.
it feels good.
Isn't that cool? I'm gonna have you help me lift that thing over here so I can put the bed back on it.
Oh,
It's not heavy. It's just stupid big.
Oh, I've helped you carry it before. Remember?
That's right.
Last year.
Free labor is best labor.
That's right, it is. Robert V. Line said, "Hey Josh." Mad Mike said, "Josh," and at least smiles in the stream. Yeah, no, the rest of us like.
Yeah, that's the way we always sit here.
It's like, oh my god, we got to do another one of these dumb streams. I have that exact shirt. I should have worn mine.
Do
That's
you?
too funny.
I love the Minions.
What is the deal?
Are the minions in Fun King yellow?
It kind of yellowish.
Pretty
It's close.
pretty close.
Top of his head.
Close enough. It's yellow. That's all that matters. PEI for the FK1 would be a small bedspread. Pretty close. It was custom cut by our friends over at Printed Solid, and they did a beautiful job. They overcut it about an inch each way, so it left me a little bit of room to trim it, which was nice. I didn't have to be super precision putting it on. The only bubble I got was this one right here, which still has liquid underneath it. So I'm thinking as soon as I heat it up, it should flatten right out.
Yeah.
But
Is that texture looking? Is that the
it's the
metal?
machining. Yeah, it's the machining of the aluminum, but you can't feel it. It's smooth.
It looks super cool.
That's how big the milling head is for this thing. That big. That's what everybody at like Murph and stuff, they kept coming up and going, "Oh, look at," and it's like that's hot. The other one is this heated? Yeah, very much. So what is everybody out in YouTube land doing? Do we have any fun projects? There's a fungus among us.
That's what I said. You have a fungus growing beside you.
Corey Mack said there that was an interesting picture of Chris. Agreed.
Jimmy's giving his condolences about the Gator game. I'm okay. We played like crap and we got our butts handed to us. That's how that goes.
That call in the second quarter.
Come on, man. I don't want to relive that crap.
I was screaming at the TV.
Me too. Regina was curled up on the couch, cowering in fear.
Yeah, I don't understand.
You ready to bring that bed?
Yeah, let's bring that thing over here. Then I can put the bed back on. I only got a week for Maker's Fair.
Can't wait to see what size benchy you print on it.
The what?
I can't wait to see the size of benchy you're going to print on it.
Don't step on my baby aliens.
I'm going to go for a quarter scale.
A quarter scale of the size of a regular benchy?
Yes. No, all I'll end up printing at Orlando Maker Fair is the little makey robots because I like to give them away.
I just finished combining the heatsink from the Flying Bear Ghost with an actual V6 heater cartridge
The wood? No.
and heat block. It's a bit of a mess, but I couldn't find an exact replacement for the hot end, so. You working on anything today, Walter, or are you just hanging out?
What's that?
A little higher.
So are you going to be working on anything today, or are you just hanging out?
I am working on this computer that you see in my camera right there.
Oh, there you go. I've only got one camera right now.
Good thing I came over.
I 3D printed these little. Find it. There we go. I 3D printed these little standoffs to use as a test bench for the motherboard.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I got on Thingiverse and I forgot to get the Thingiverse number, but I mean, basically they're just a cone with a pin on top. You just put 6 or 8 of them, how many ever holes you got in your motherboard to support underneath, and it works great.
Sounds like a good setup to me.
Look everybody, it's Matt Johnson.
Now your bed sits directly on this, right?
My place is an absolute mess today, but I'm going to be working first on the Ender 2. First thing to do is I got to replace the power supply fan and reattach the power supply shroud properly because I lost the screws for it and I just used masking tape to put it back on to keep it safe. Do as I say, not as I do. Fun in the Country basement is not responsible if you go and burn down your own basement.
That's right. What's up there, Paul Cumber? I'm doing fine, buddy. Thank you. Gene Gamble. On a printed skull lamp. Gene Gamble found a good place for his Walter beard on a printed skull lamp. I guess that was directed at Josh, and he's got his mic off because him and Glenn are cussing at each other right now, trying to figure out where to put that big printer.
Oh, Shalom's in chat. Hey, Shalom.
Yeah, I saw his smile down there. Clint just said he just started his longest print so far, 95 hours.
That's a pretty long print.
Let me tell you, I did something the other day, boy, it made my heart sink. I was trying to create a bootable Windows disk, and I forgot that I had a 2 terabyte hard drive plugged in, and I
USB
chose
one?
it. Huh? Yeah.
The USB one? Yeah.
And I chose it and created a Windows startup disk. And then afterwards I go, wait a minute. And I got to look. So I had to run an undelete to save all my files.
You're lucky you were able to get it back if you did.
Well, most of what I needed on there, most of it was junk, I will tell you. But the majority of what I needed was pictures and videos. And it looks like I got all those back. So,
Well, you're lucky.
yeah. Well, I had just done it, and I didn't do anything else to it. So the only thing missing would have been whatever the Windows overwrote, you know?
Yep. I worked at a computer store in Sudbury, Ontario when I was growing up. Started there at 16. And we had a machine we used for doing customer backups. And I backed a customer's data, then wiped their drive, then pulled it out, brought it over, reinstalled Windows on it, then went back to the test bed and turned it back on. It wouldn't boot up. Turns out I wiped out the drive that had the OS and the backups on it, and then re-wiped her drive when I plugged it into the machine to install Windows.
Oh, nope, never been there before.
Right.
My boss didn't get mad because they were paying me minimum wage to do it, and they were charging $35 to $65 an hour while I was working for the work I was doing. But I had to come in extra time, which he still paid for, I'll add, after they did a recovery on the drive, because it recovered everything, but everything came back with generic names of like 0001.jpg, and I had to go through them individually and identify which ones were that customers, and it was mostly the photos they were after. So like, here's a picture of the person. Every time you see her in a picture, save it.
Hey, lady, is this your dog? No. Is this your dog? No. You know, one of the stores that I worked at, we had a parallel tape drive that we backed customer machines up to, and the owner of the company was too cheap to buy like new tapes on a regular basis, so we were always using the same tape.
Yep.
Yeah, it failed on us a couple of times.
I believe I might be having power issues because I just replaced the power supply I'm trying to use. So this thing may not be powering this one correctly either.
Okay. My job.
Josh's job is to watch the chat today because I can't see it.
Right.
Sorry, my desk is such a mess. First of all, how's my stream quality right now? I am curious because
Good to me.
Pretty good.
I'm running it on like a 10-year-old computer right now, but with a modern graphics card.
Yeah.
It's 100 times better than Walter's usually is, so it's good.
No, Walter's got better. He got
No,
hardware.
I see that. Walter's got a lot better.
Yeah. How is it today?
People all look at his stream now and they're like, "Oh my God, go back to the way it was. We can see you now."
Right.
My wife bought me for Christmas, not last year, but the year before, the Oculus Rift, and I only had the money to build one machine that could do VR, and it was also the one I had to use for doing my video editing and streaming. So then finally this week I kind of got fed up and said, you know what, I'm going to try and get something older with a better video card and see if that'll handle it. So the VR setup's back upstairs, and this is what I'm left with down here.
Yeah, well, as far as streaming goes, the video card, as long as you're using OBS, the video card is seems to be more important than anything else.
Yeah, and I like the video card's still 4 years old, but it has video encoding on it. It was one of the first or second generation with it. So, my CPU is hitting 70% and 42% of that's OBS, but it just means I've got room to spare, right?
That's right. Could add another camera.
Hey,
I
Paul.
should add another camera. I got to add a PCI Express USB 3 card in it because the motherboard's so old it doesn't even have USB 3 on it.
Windows 7 support ending in January. I thought it was already ended.
There's Mitch Stunning.
Yeah, no, we're like 2.5 months out, and then it's gone.
Also, second here. If I turn it this way, there we go. There's my new logo. Oh, down on the boobs. That Sean Shenanigans designed for me. It's got Ready Printer 1 down there. Yeah. It's got the maple leaf on it, which is what Glenn loves about it.
Yeah, you guys and your stupid maple leaf.
We need stickers. James, send me logo. I'll print stickers. Put them in the UFOs.
I would love that. You and I can talk after the fact though, because I'm not letting you do that out of pocket.
Why not?
Because I said
I want you to do it out of trade.
I want you to do it out of pocket, and I want you to send me 500 of them so I have ones to give away.
No, I actually, me and James have a secret thing going on.
We do.
Oh.
It may or may not involve video games.
May or may not.
Yeah, it was printed solid that that gave me the idea of that Uprint place, which I ended up getting my stickers for 6 cents a piece instead of 60 cents a piece. So now I'm a little bit more free about giving them away.
There's just Glenn watching people like a hawk, like staring at them, going, "You got one 1.5 years ago. I remember you being here."
Greg's Maker Corner says, "I hear Alien 3D. Where is he? He's
behind this
he's
beast.
at Fun King 3D behind the FK1." I want Fun King 3D Studio to be like the place where everybody comes to like hang out.
Well, now everybody's coming over here lately.
That's the way it should be.
Had Ron and Shane over here.
You know, Kayleen loves hanging out with Priscilla so much that she's on me about. She's already looked up the cost of flights to come visit.
Well, you're welcome anytime, brother.
I said, "Kay, they're just not that into you."
My alien was into her.
Oh my god.
By that I mean she's welcome anytime, but you're not, James.
Oh, your Canadian brother's not allowed. Got it.
Every time I walked by, I tried so hard for the alien not to hit her.
Still hit her every time.
I just failed, so I just purposely did it every time to make her laugh.
Yep.
She probably got annoyed with it and was like, "I'm gonna kill that dude if he hits me one more time with that alien."
She kept saying, "What's that?" I can't say it because we're in a family stream. She kept saying, "What's that alien hole's name?"
Alienable. Aliened.
Oh, Walter, not that wire.
I know, right?
So you gonna be ready by Friday?
Yeah, I'll fake it if I don't make it.
I'm terrible watching chat. Hi, Paul Cumber.
Hi, Falcumber.
I think the power supply that I changed out, it was going downhill when I changed it out, and I think it just finally it's saying I'm not giving you enough power. Period. Don't even think about it.
Stephen Lightspeed said, "Hey, Walter, Glenn, and new Chris."
James is the new Chris.
We're just auditioning for Chris replacements. Sorry, Chris, you've missed too many days of fun in the country basement. We had to find a new basement.
That's right.
I gave you a new name, right? It was Fun Play in the Country, I think.
Play in the fun. I don't know, but you're still in the basement, so it still works.
We can do fun probing in the Canardian country.
Is there anything as front throwing?
Oh my Lanta.
Like telling Walter not that wire ever stops him from doing something to that wire. That was Sean Gould said that.
Oh,
The easiest way to make sure that Walter says, the easiest way to make sure Walter does something is to tell him not to
I
do
feel
it.
like I'm just in the way.
you are, Josh. You're just in the way. All right, we'll shift down to that
Neil
side.
Siebenthaler-
I'm gonna have to. No, you have that chair over there. You don't get this one.
Neil Siebenthaler said, "No more Chris."
No more Chris. No less Chris either. Oh no, there's a question mark after that. No, that was
right.
purely a joke. Chris will be back. He's just away on business. This time of year, they make him travel a lot.
And booting to Windows on a thumb drive should not take this long.
We are not legitimately booting Chris out. I promise.
Those are Glenn's words, not mine.
What? That we're not booting Chris out? Come on, Walter. We're not supposed to talk about that publicly.
Oh, God dang it.
It was a secret.
Playtime in the funking country.
Playtime in the Fun King country.
Yeah.
Canardian basement.
Can't be a Canardian basement, then you get rid of the country part.
Lining up the holes.
Well, it might help if I didn't have the fan for the power supply laying on the table. So it was getting no airflow whatsoever. I'm over here feeling the power supply close on it.
Never mind.
All right, so let's try this again.
This is the right end.
That was 8 really, really mentally difficult holes to drill.
I bet.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Ooh, got a lot of echo with that one.
Echo.
Echo.
What happens in the basement stays in the basement. That's shown from a Skewed View 3D, who I'll be seeing in about a week. Actually, less than a week
You
now.
know how good your shovel is.
5 days and setup day.
Lots to do, lots to do.
Yeah, I'm just showing up on Saturday. Or if you need help on Friday to set up.
You can tell me if you need help, but I'm not going to do anything about it.
No, that's understandable. You don't like me.
It's a bit of a drive to get there, that's all.
Oh, don't give me excuses.
Sorry, excuses are all I know how to do.
It's in Orlando, and there's like a huge international airport there.
I drive twice a year to see you.
Just exclusively see me.
Everything else is a bonus.
Tell me, how do you like Ottawa this time of year?
It's lovely.
It's a 5 out of 7.
And I told you, London, Ontario is my town.
I'm just going to put this power supply back together and hope that it works.
Yeah, Mitch, they're talking about Orlando Maker Fair. Sorry about that.
So I just found a nut laying down in the frame, and I don't know where it's from.
Don't talk about Josh from Kuntry 3D like that. I mean, Josh from Alien 3D like that. I mixed up 2 things there.
It's probably not good to find parts just laying around. It's either off of the extruder assembly or off of this. I mean, I guess it could be off of that too, and just worked its way over. But whatever. When something falls off, I'll know that's what it came off of. Oh my gosh. This is the best way to do a live stream, sitting on the floor where you can't see the Can't see the stream. Nobody can see you.
Still part of Halloween stream, right? You're invisible.
That's right. But everybody was giving me trouble. Like, why don't you work on the FK1? Well, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I don't typically work on the FK1 on stream.
Good news, everyone. The fan I installed actually works.
Sweet.
It's all coming back to me now. Another screw.
Oh, I feel like I need a nap. I actually accomplished something today. That's so weird.
Glenn said there's less glare today, man.
What's
Mad
that?
Mad Mike said there's less glare today. That must be an inside thing.
Well, it's because I'm off of the camera view.
Oh, I got it.
It's a bald joke. I think that's a square.
Oh,
Of course, it only really works if we make the bald joke.
Hang on, you got these things are well working now. Oh, got it. Oh shoot!
They
There's
see
another
me
one.
rolling.
They hating.
They see me mowing my front lawn.
No, they're all thinking I'm so white and nerdy.
So I got a Google Home, and no, don't try it because it's not up here. I'm not that stupid. Uh,
I can yell real loud though.
I love doing that.
but because Spotify gave them out for free. If you were a Spotify premium or family member, they gave you one for free. So I allowed them to come into my home and spy on me. But I mean, my phone's listening all the time anyway. What's the difference? But so I found out there's a song trivia game, and I'm sure somebody will chime in with the name of it, but I'm totally hooked on that now. I just play it for 80s song trivia. So today they always ask you, like, what's your name and where you're from. So today I made my name Echo, and I was from the bathroom. So then when it hooks up with somebody else, it's like, you're playing against Echo from the bathroom.
my daughter found
I've got three
found a
spacers.
YouTube
Or
video.
four spacers and only 3 nuts.
The Alexa has a whisper mode, and you can put Alexa into whisper mode, and then you can ask it if it works for the CIA, and it'll come back with, "No, I work for Amazon." And it's a really creepy. It sounds like a possessed person's voice whispering.
Yeah, I've recently found out you could tell Alexa to sing you a song and she's raps.
Well, it depends. It's totally random.
Yeah. I did it twice on stream the other day, and both times she rapped.
Yeah, the Echo will beatbox.
So
You should tell her to do the alphabet. She does it like William Shatner when he played Captain Kirk.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yes, exactly.
I'm a huge Star Trek fan, but I kind of met that guy in person. He was a jerk.
I can imagine.
Yep.
I think a lot of
Captain Kirk's a
celebrities-
captain jerk.
Yeah, never meet your favorite celebrities.
Yeah.
The majority of the
Never
people
met
I
him
met
in
that day were awesome. They had, it was a lot of the cast from TNG. Marina Sirtis was like the nicest person I've ever met. She made a point of knowing asking my name at the beginning when we talked. And then at the end, she made a point of saying, "It was really nice to meet you, James." Going all the way through. When we met William Shatner, he was doing signed autographs for like $80 Canadian a piece, and he wouldn't personalize them. It was just William Shatner on a picture. Here you go.
For $80.
For $80 Canadian, so like 37 cents US, but it's the principle.
Yeah, I wouldn't have paid the 37 cents US for it then if he wasn't going to personalize it.
I'll be back in a second. Everybody gets to see my shorts, but they're not short.
Later, Alan. Have a good day at work, buddy. CR10 Z-axis ratio problem. What you got there? The OFEC? What's up, Nappin? James didn't go far. We can see his hand.
It's okay. I'm wearing stuff below the waist this time. Okay. Guess we can tilt it this way a little bit. I'm upgrading as much stuff on this ender before I pass it on. I talked a friend into backing the. I didn't talk her into. I just pointed out to her the Kodama Obsidian, and my retribution for that is I'm giving her one of my printers. So I'm putting the better thumb wheels on it. You know what? I love how simple these designs are. Like, look at this. Just printed wheel. There's the one that comes on it, which is terrible, and just pushes into place, friction fit, and then back onto the printer. 5 out of 7, the perfect design.
Too far that way. I saw the nuts coming up on this side.
I like how we can just see Glenn's head going back and forth in front. It's like some sort of Bizarro World Pong game.
Hi, everybody.
Perfect. Have you checked the belt tension on your belt?
Sorry, I just realized that you guys were talking about stuff, and I was just like, here's what's going on in my life.
No. He just asked a question, and I was trying to give him an idea because nobody else chimed in. I figured somebody in the chat would chime in for him. He said he's having a problem on his
Z-axis.
Yeah, it wouldn't be belts in the Z-axis.
So I've had that issue with my CR10s, which was usually related to the elephant foot, right? Because the problem went away if I printed it on a raft, which then ate up any of the compression for the first layer. Not that I'm claiming to be an expert, because I don't get paid for this.
You're not an old drip, James?
What was that?
You're not an old drip?
Nope.
Oh. I know this thing's getting enough power now. Boot up. You POS.
This distance, I have no depth.
Napping asked what was on my desk. It looked like a burn up A-net. No, it's a motherboard. I'm trying to get it to boot. And
oh, you said it like a Canadian.
No.
Trying to get it to boot.
A boot? That's what it's all about?
I said to boot.
Boot to the head. Nah.
Not a boot.
That's what it's all about.
You grabbed the other spacer from me, right?
I'm not getting invited back.
Which, speaking of, there's like, I think 3 or 4 more days before the end of the year that Chris can't be here. So we're taking applications to substitute in. Applications to be considered need to come with a large sum of money.
And you can address those to Kuntry 3D at 3153.
I don't think it's in the right spot. I was about to say I didn't even see it.
All right, this is aggravating me.
Yeah,
I know dang well this is still good like it's supposed to be.
This poor Ender 2's been through so much. This printed almost all the parts for the I'm drawing a blank. What's that? The mostly printed printer that Chris and I did?
Oh,
The Snappy.
Snappy. I kept wanting to call it the Zesty, but I knew that wasn't it.
No, it's not that nimble. I'm not going to put any more effort into Snappy. I've got too many printers that should print well that are dying or crying out for attention.
Dying out for attention.
It's maybe I'll send all the parts to Joel and see if he can turn them back into filament.
That would actually be pretty funny.
Joel, I made a horrible mistake. Can you just undo it for me, please?
Can you put this back? Color coordinated, please.
I mean, it's black and white. I wouldn't mind getting back all gray filament. That's fine.
Can you grind this up and make it into a transition filament, please?
You know what? I'm not saying he would do it, but like, if he got it working and it was going to be a good concept for a video, he'd probably do it. Oh, check this out. Chris Riley made a custom maker coin. Let's see if I can get for the Ready Printer One cabinet. It's got a $sign on the back.
Sweet.
It's got his logo on this side.
Who did that?
The Chris Riley.
And now you're trying to replace him on here? Gosh, what a jerk.
I mean, I did that myself. I am the Chris Riley. Also, Walter, I want to say congratulations on your computer posting. I heard it.
Yeah, it's posting, but it gets to the Windows logo on the USB drive, and then it just sits there in the USB drive flashing, and it should not take that long. The speed on
not to throw in, I know you're technically adept, but does that computer have compatibility mode for the USB ports? Because compatibility mode used to knock it all the way back to USB 1.1, which would be like 12 megs a second.
Yeah, let me check and see. It might, because this is an old motherboard.
See you ground the bed there a little bit.
Yeah, now it's forever entombed under the PEI. Let me tell you what, that hurt when that happened.
You just tell people, oh, that's where I marked it, so I knew that the corner was back there.
Yeah, that's my calibration cube corner right there.
So I was going to put Capricorn tubing in this so that she can print higher temperatures, but I've been unable to find somebody in Canada that sells just the Capricorn compatible couplers. So I've got like 3 meters or 2 meters of the stuff left and no way to actually put it in. Somebody asked if there's a Kingerer. No, this is a Creality Ender 2. But there's a bunch of printers that look just like this one.
It's ready to go to Orlando Maker Fair.
Theoretically, it works now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the stream wants to see it print.
No.
I tried.
Is that a possibility for today?
What's that?
Is it a possibility today that we'll see it print?
It could print right now. I don't know if I have enough cord to get over here to it because it has to plug into the dedicated outlet or it'll pop the breaker. It draws 17 amps by itself.
Ouch.
So
I want to show off. Well, we'll see. Let me see, because it's still tiny, even if I blow it up. The CR10 there on the left is printing a PETG filament I picked up at IRF, and it's currently printing at 225 degrees. And I've had it down as low as 200 degrees. You can see the part that's sitting there on the right in front of the second CR10. It was also printed that filament at 225 degrees. It's a little messy, but it was slicer settings, not the filament.
What brand is that filament?
That's the Greengate 3D PETG.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the brand I have too. I just can't remember which of the maker boxes, because I did 3 maker boxes in a row.
Tony Ryan says print a 30-minute Benchy.
Oh, nothing is 30 minutes on this printer. It'd take me longer than 30 minutes to load the filament.
Well, the good news is I thought I left this thing with a jam, but I didn't. So
I still have almost a whole entire roll of this invisible filament from printed solid, though. So if you guys have any good ideas for print with invisible filament,
you should print yourself a jacket.
What's that?
Print yourself a jacket, or was it the Emperor's New Cloak? Yeah, print yourself a cloak.
Yeah. Here's the print, the Ghost. I mean, it turned out stunning. Almost 4,000 millimeters a second. He did really good on that print.
At a 0.05 layer height.
0.02 layer height.
Ooh. Hello, kitty cat.
That whole thing just came together too perfectly. The fact that somebody uploaded that to Prusa printers, and then the fact that printed solid had invisible filament, it was just perfect. Print a 30-year Benchy. Well, I don't know if everybody's heard, but when I change this over to be 4Z motors, I am making it a little taller so that I can get a 1,000% Benchy. Yeah, she's a little weird. She's still skittish. She was a rescue. So she's
cute,
still,
though.
yeah, she's still a little skittish. Her sister's a little bit more forgiving. This week's Xander's Thing Thursday features filament from companies such as Prusa, Alien 3D,
You have my filament?
and eSun. I do have some of your filament. I have everybody's filament.
Well, I just put those nice wheels on it, talking about how easy an upgrade it is, and they hit the end stop, but they don't trigger the end stop. So, womp womp.
Back to the table.
Yeah, let's hit that mute button just in case something bad happens.
Okay, I put it in the USB 3 slot and it's doing differently, so it's actually spinning now, so that's better. Oh, fact, yeah, the 19 on the Z, a lot of people answered you. They think you have it too squished on the bed. So you're shrinking your Z size by having your nozzle too low.
So to test that, you can try printing it on a raft and then detaching the piece and measuring it that way, and see if it comes out proper.
Yeah. Matt Jake from State Farm, I think he's running a Duet Wi-Fi. So they're what, 2208? I believe that's what drivers it runs. Or something similar to that anyway. They're the TNC drivers. Oh, Stepper Motors. Just NEMA 17s, right, Glenn?
What's that? NEMA
Just
17?
standard NEMA 17s on the FK1, right?
They're all NEMA 17s, but like the extruder motor is a 25-ounce pancake. The
What's the torque on that?
I can't remember.
It's gear rating.
3-to-1. And then the y-axis is a standard, whatever the 28 or 40 millimeter. The ones that run the Z and the X are larger. It was weird.
What's their current rating? You're getting asked questions about them, so.
Oh boy, now you're gonna stretch me. A lot. I think I want to say it's like 1800 milliamp. It's a lot. Like it's I want to say it's a little more than double what everybody told me that it should be. Because what everybody was telling me it was going to be or that it should be didn't run it the way it was supposed to. So
1.21 gigawatts.
You have a duet on
1.21 gigawatts.
yeah,
I don't do a good do a good Doc Brown impersonation.
1.21 gigawatts. It's currently running off of Duet Wi-Fi. I have on order a Duet Ethernet because I hate Wi-Fi things. So it's going to get a Duet Ethernet, and then it's got the the DuX card, which was donated by Joe from Project Red, so that it can run the 4Z motors, and then also have the inputs for the individual end stops for the Z. So it will self-level the carriage first, and then it will use the BL Touch, which I'm thinking about converting over or changing over to an inductance probe, and then it'll do the bed mapping, and then boom, big benchy. and then I'll never print on it again.
Project's complete.
Donate it to the local library.
We need to beat Joel's world's largest 3D printed radio control car.
Oh, the Open RC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a project I want to take on. I would like to see that company that did the full-size 3D printed boat. I would love to see them print a max-size Benchy on that thing, though.
That would be cool.
Just as a publicity stunt.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure that would cost them a small fortune, but
I was fixing to say somebody would have to sponsor that. They'd have to get like business sponsors to sponsor the filament for that.
I don't know. I mean, I think it would be good publicity for them. So
Yeah, I think they would commercialize it and get sponsors.
Nappin said I would suggest going with piezo instead. As far as the bed sensor, I don't know if I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's not
Like I have no problems with BL touches. I've used them for like close
It's
to
just
2
slow,
years now. It's
because you got to
slow.
wait for the click, click. It just seems to take a lot longer. So, but I mean, it seems to be, fairly accurate. That thing takes forever. It's like 3 hours to do a full bed level,
I bet.
to do the map. In fact, I fell asleep one time when it was doing it. That's a true story. I was like,
the thing about it is though, it's really you think that it's slower, the BL touch, but it's really not, because it retracts when it touches and it extracts whenever it's moving to the next spot. So there's no time wasted there. It's the same as the probe going down twice and then going down. And what was that noise?
which noise?
I heard it
sounded
too.
Yeah, it sounded like squealing.
Oh, that might be Josh's mic.
I think it was Zach, or I just heard somebody out the door.
Like feedback squeal?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be the mic that Josh is using.
Why'd you give me a bum mic, Glenn?
The thing, I got it brand
Why
new,
did
man.
you put it up your bum?
I tell you what, that Fifine or whatever,
The Fafine?
that thing worked amazingly well.
That's the $30 one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, they do until they stop.
they do until they stop.
Yeah, mine went out after 6-7 months. I mean, or no longer than that, about a year. It just the mic part went out.
Still for $30 though. It
Oh, yeah,
lasted me.
All right, I'm
I mean,
gonna
You
I'm gonna
can get a
disconnect Josh.
replacement.
You don't get to hear him anymore.
You can get a replacement mic for them for like $7 too, so it's not too bad.
How is that not plugged in? Come on.
Oh, sorry. I'm kicking Glenn.
That's right. That's right. man.
Was it just like one squeal?
What's that?
Was it just like one squeal?
That was it.
Yeah,
Yep. One and done.
It sounded like it might have been Zach.
No, I mean everybody on here heard it too, and he's right. It sounded like somebody's car belt on their car, alternator belt or something.
All right. Give me a minute. We'll get it taken care of.
Why did Rosa change her name again?
Wait, what?
My girlfriend, she changed her name again on
Why?
YouTube. I don't know.
Man, I really hope this finishes and don't knock itself off the bed.
It's gonna do it on the last layer now, just because you said it.
Yeah, I got an hour and 44 minutes left in it. You see this thing? Can you see this? Are you looking at your computer, James?
On your way
I'm
again.
looking now. Oh, that's big. What is that?
Just a cylinder, man. It's a 4-inch wide cylinder. I'm doing a gravity-fed cat feeder.
Batteries.
Oh, neat. Speaking of cats, I'm sorry to say that Meek is back in the crate. She hurt her leg again.
Uh-oh.
She's got a limp, but put her back in the cage for a couple of weeks, and she'll come out good as new and mad at me for doing it.
All right, let's try that. You guys, let me know if there's any feedback with Josh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but we can't hear Glenn now. Sounds like you're talking through Josh's mic.
It's a win-win.
For Glenn's like,
no,
dang it. Why did I
Jimmy,
let
it is the exact same size and no napping. It's a 4-inch pipe.
I'm back, bigger than ever. Oh, sorry.
You're supposed to like cut that off right there at the book, so we had to guess what you were going to say.
I do have a new set of microphones.
Ooh,
So we'll see.
those look beautiful.
We'll see. It's the same brand as those. It's actually a model down. That's a $500 mic set, and it's never been right. They're telling me that it's possibly a cable. They're working with me. Like, they didn't leave me high and dry. But so, and then I got a new set. So we'll find out how that does. Let's go back to talking about the FK1. Is that future Xander? I'm tired now.
That's my
You're
secret. I'm always tired.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you're within the sound of my voice, you're close enough to show up for Orlando Maker Fair next weekend. It's not really a true saying anymore, is it?
All
No.
79 viewers.
We're up to 79, 69.
No, 70.
Oh. I don't know. Pushing buttons I'm not supposed to.
Is the Stream Deck worth it?
Oh, I love the Stream Deck.
I found one that it's software based that you can run off your phone or a tablet.
I used that for a while. I used to have a 10-inch tablet sitting up here. Problem was keeping it charged. The Queen's audio. It's right to go with the Queen's internet.
right.
Josh is at Glenn's and James's place. Chris. Yes, Chris's job made him work. So Chris had sent a DM to Walter and I and said, bad news from work. I have to, I have to travel and blah, blah, blah. And I said, that's not bad news from work. Bad news from work is you don't work here anymore.
Right. Now, the thing about it is, this is the time of year he normally has to travel, though. I mean, it happens every year about this time. So, Philippe going Calves? No, I am not going to Orlando Maker Fair.
No, only the cool people are going.
Are they?
I have family obligations to take care of, and yeah, I love y'all people, but
Yeah, I don't think people understand how big of a haul that is for you either. They think because you're in Florida, you're right here. But
yeah,
that's quite a run for you.
It's right at 5 hours for me to drive to Orlando. Yeah, it's not like I can run down there and then come back to my grandson's birthday party and stuff,
Right. Yeah, Xander and I are going to go down early Friday. The setup starts at 10, so we're going to go down early Friday. We're going to get there as soon as we possibly can and get set up, and then we got to come back because Zach has a baseball game that night. So we'll come back and pick up Zach and the wife and then head back down there, which I got a hotel for both nights, which was stupid now that I think about it.
Hey, Gulata.
Matt is in the house. Mad Mike 8 said, I will be at Orlando Maker Fair, coming in my cosplay suit. Random guy number 4. There were so many people that did random guy costumes last year. You really need to up your game. There was a guy he was in Star Wars cosplay last year, and he comes up to the table looking at stuff, and Xander's like, hey, can I get a picture with you? And the guy's like, sure. So I go to take the picture, and I said, everybody say live long and prosper. And the guy's like,
Good, I'm proud of you.
No. It was like full Star Wars cosplay. Helmet, the whole thing. I can't remember what character it was. But I like to mess with
Star
people.
Wars.
Star Wars. Right, but that's why I said live long and prosper, right?
I did not realize how much slower this Phenom was than the Ryzen 5. I'm going to tell you right now. I didn't realize it until right now.
What's that?
Slower than what?
The Phenom, the AMD Phenom processor that's on
Right.
this board
Right.
is still loading Windows from the USB drive.
Wow.
When I did this on my Ryzen the other day, it was finished already. It was finished with Windows install already.
Yeah.
He said Phenom. I thought he was talking about the resin printer.
Yeah, he's got one of those. It's over right there in the corner. No, I'm just kidding.
It's actually over there.
Fine. Matter hackers, like this annoys the heck out of me. They started taking orders on what, October 1st?
I don't know, but okay.
I ordered it like within 2 hours of them starting to take orders, and it said in stock October 15th. So I'm like, okay, I'll get it 19th, 20th. Now it says in stock on November 11th.
Mm.
And I'm wondering if it's going to change again.
Yeah, so either they oversold or Piabli hasn't been able to get it to them.
There you
I
go,
don't know.
3D Jimmy. You could go as a random Walter. Just use your alien 3D beard and go as a Walter.
All right.
There you go.
I have an alien 3D beard or a Walter kit out in my.
Walter kit, yeah. This one needs new tape. It's about to fall off my lip.
I got
You
some
could-
double-sided tape.
I
Oh
could
no,
just
it's no shave November and I shaved.
that would be friggin' hilarious if 30 or 40 people showed up to Orlando Maker Fair walking around with cotton balls stuck to their chin.
It's only because they can't get it off of there.
Right?
I put it on as a joke and I can't get it off.
I did put it on that 3M double-sided tape, and no joke.
No, it is not.
Hey, Mike asked, is that Matter Hacker's fault or Peel Poly not shipping yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whose fault it is, but it annoys me.
So Walter, what's the Phenom for?
What's that?
That's
Just
what
trying to
Walter's-
get it up and running so I can use it. I'm thinking about putting Octoprint on it and running multiple instances using Chris's video to set it all up on Windows.
Cool.
I mean, it's a 64-bit processor, and it is 16 gigabytes of RAM on here. So, I mean, you know, I think it would run quite a few printers on Octoprint.
At least 3.
At least 3, yeah. And I started looking today at some like micro ATX or ATX motherboards for Xeon processors, so I can break my servers down and still use the RAM and the processors to try to build some type of storage system.
Yeah, Carl Schumer, I did win one, but I bought one before going to Earth. And I was live streaming and saying, hey, good morning to people. And Sean was like, hey, we're doing a raffle and we're giving one away. And I'm like, seriously? He's like, yeah. He's like, all right, well, I'll sign up. And if I win, I'll give it as a mothership prize. I didn't think I'd actually win.
All right.
And then they announce over Josh from Alien 3D. And I look up, I'm like, what? So, yeah.
I could do
Yeah.
that. I can do that.
I have one too. I don't know if it's here yet, but it's about 15 minutes from here over at Shane's house. The cool part is I don't know if he's got it or not, but I just have to send a text or make a phone call and say like, print this. So it's voice command. Where is he? Why isn't he in the chat?
Did he get his own place yet?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he's still in the same place, but
Oh, I thought he was living with Poppy Ron or.
no, it's Uncle Ron's house, but he's renting it.
Oh,
Uncle Ron likes to have a house in Florida just cause.
well,
Someday he'll be down here too.
one day.
And then he can attend farts.
Yeah, I keep telling Shane that we need to have this barbecue that he's been telling me about for months, so we can have the farts discussion with all of us together.
I must not have been invited. I haven't heard about no barbecues.
really?
Yeah. You slipped up and told me.
He said it was at your house.
Oh, holy crap. I guess I should be there.
No, Glenn, you don't have to be there. You know,
I'll just
Sal
watch.
does all the cooking
I'll just
anyway.
watch from my security camera.
we can help you clean out your garage.
That'd be nice. Everybody who helps gets to take one thing.
Okay, there's this yellow thing in there I'll take for you.
Yeah.
I need to get a group of Floridians to come out and help me build a garage so I can move Alien 3D into it.
Nappin said, Walter, why not run Linux and don't have a whole print farm die because of Windows Update?
There you go. Your Alzheimer's kicking in too. I read that like 10 minutes ago when you wrote it.
It wasn't up there 10 minutes ago.
It was at 5 o'clock. It's 5:02, so 2 minutes.
There you go. See, you lied.
I said the same thing you said. We read that 10 minutes ago. That was last stream. And it was like 30 seconds, I think, had gone by.
Oh, no. When you did that the last stream, it was a long time.
Whatever.
Just remember, guys, time is relative. So I mean, somewhere that was 10 minutes.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It'll be 10 minutes here in just a few minutes.
It'll be what?
What?
It'll be 10 minutes here in just a few minutes. We won't even have to be somewhere else. Napping was the only one that caught my it'll work until it don't statement earlier.
Yeah.
No, mine still works. I had to buy a new microphone because the way I slide mine down my shirt is by holding the cable and letting it slide down my shirt. So, kind of wears the cables out.
On the fines.
On the fine.
It's for fine. I don't know. They seem to work well for $30. So
Yeah, I've got this other one that works really well too. It's a nice little pack and it's rechargeable. I like it.
well, that's how these high-end Kamika or Comica, and it's metal. I mean, it's a metal casing and stuff. I had high hopes for it, but that squeal when I went back, was it I think the last time I hosted, so a couple weeks ago. Well, when Shane and Happy were here, there was squeal through that whole stream.
Wow.
Yeah, you know where my table was. I was like the second row from the end. I could walk out the front door and people were still hearing me from the parking lot.
Yeah, with the fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think maybe it was this one. I don't know, but I can go anywhere in the house and it works.
Yeah.
So I can go all the way down and go pee, and people can hear me going pee. It's pretty awesome.
I peed on stream once on accident. I thought I muted my mic. I come back, everybody's laughing at me. It was a few years ago now.
Yeah, I've never made that
Twitch,
mistake.
but well, it's because the headset I had, you're supposed to flip it up all the way, and if it's flipped up, it's supposed to be muted.
Oh,
Apparently, the flip up stopped muting.
Only an hour.
Well, the Ender 2 is printing again.
Yep.
you guys were talking at the same time. Now nobody's going to talk.
We're watching the amazement of the Ender 2 printing again.
Oh, it's an Ender 2.
It looks ugly.
I thought that was an Ender 3.
No, it's 50 millimeters shorter on all the axes.
Well, it's missing a couple of parts. I thought that was the new Prusa Mini.
It does look an awful lot like it. With the difference being, of course, this one's half the price.
I can pick on the Prusa Mini on here because I know that Joseph never watches our streams anyway. So
I tried so hard to get him to do the chicken dance on my stream.
yeah.
He was like right off camera doing it. But the second I said, the camera's right there, come over here somewhere, he's like, oh, no, I'm not part of this.
Yeah, Murph this year was a lot of fun. I had a good time. Or Earth, sorry. Murph burned me out. Earth was fun.
I have a newer laptop to use next time we're streaming. It won't get bogged down like the last time.
Yeah, there was something that came across my feed on the Facebook. It was this device, and it looked like about the size of a Raspberry Pi, and it's like streaming device, no laptop or no computer needed, blah blah blah. And I thought, sweet. And I went and looked. It was like $900.
Yeah,
like $900. I'll just get a Pi.
Who doesn't love pie?
Oh, I love me some pie.
Nappin says he was just about to say, "Oh look, a Prusa Mini for cheap."
You know what? You joke about what you want with it, but this Ender 2's been probably the most reliable printer I've ever had.
Well, as soon as I seen the Prusa Mini, I was ribbing running around saying, "Oh, it's a Trunks EX1," but obviously that's purely a joke because of the quality of the Prusa Mini. But
I still don't understand the point of going smaller.
it's to put a printer in the price range of average people.
There's already printers out there in the price.
Okay, so a good printer in the
Sidewinder X1 is a great printer.
I don't know. I don't have one. They should give me one.
So funny story. A couple of months ago now, at this point, I did a stream where I built the worst printer I could find on Amazon. It was like $130, and it was 300 by 300 by 300 build volume, dual extrusion, but like it looked really good on paper. 24 volts, 32-bit controller board, but they did everything wrong. There's no frame; it just rides on 4 rods around the outside of it, and then they used bushings, and the bushings stick. Like if it was just bushings on either side, fine. Yeah. Got some okay prints out of it by putting it. Oh, there's no part cooling fan either, and the board doesn't have a spot for a part cooling fan. But they were nice enough to include a build surface. This is the build surface they included. That's their logo, the PX Million. It's a 300 by 300 build volume, and this is a 200 by 200 sheet. So they didn't include the right size sheet for the actual thing. So I've got this to hold on to anyways.
Chris Gulata said that's the worst printer ever.
It's true. Chris bought one, and so did Mad Mike. And they've both had better progress with theirs because I do plan to build into something that isn't terrible, but I haven't had time. So it's still sitting stock over on the shelf over there.
Justin 3D, I have no idea, man. Nothing has changed on my setup or the way I'm streaming or anything else.
The way
I did talk
right today.
What's that? Oh yeah, right. I did talk to Gage from StreamYard and ask him about it, and they do throttle. So if I have a latency issue at any time during my stream, they will cut down so that it's not bogging other people down, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really understand his answer. It didn't really make any sense to me, but so yeah.
What is a fixed cups?
I think it's supposed to be FKP because Fun Country Print and Play. But he got an extra I in there, so it looked like a curse word to YouTube. Yeah, Jay Griffiths says he's got an old Asus X5 DC laptop that's currently running Windows 7 but runs slow. Wanted to know if Linux would be any quicker, and absolutely. I was actually streaming off of Linux for a while when I did all of this transition and only had the one main machine, and it made a huge difference to run Linux on that older machine than it did Windows. So Windows is bloated and fluffy, to put it nicely.
Glad you made it back, Chris. Yeah, I had that next core in my house for the last 2 weeks. I should have put it together and fixed it for him. And got it. Well, Chris, you said it was printing already, but it had some weird Z thing going on.
Yeah, I don't know about that Chris Lane guy. He's kind of weird.
He is kind of weird.
Yeah. I don't think we should hang out with him.
Stay in your lane, Chris.
Matt Mike 8 said Windows 10 runs better on older machines than Windows 7. And I say that's about 50% true. And I say that because I've seen some older machines where it definitely ran better and then some where it just wouldn't run right at all. So I think it depends on the hardware. He wouldn't have had the duet board, though. He kept that.
I could have took it off my fail core, but my fail core has been running pretty great since I started printing with it last week.
So you do.
Oh, thank you, Jay Griffiths. That was mighty, mighty kind of you.
It's like 2 cents in US dollars.
Because our conversion rate. Right. So had he given that to James, it would have been like negative money.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
There's the notification right there and popping up.
So you guys saw the music video I released on my main channel?
Yes. Yes.
I lost like 7 subscribers over that.
It's live PD, everybody.
Hi, Kuntry. Hi. Shine.
I might have to go. Some of my kinfolk's house may be on fire.
No, napping. That I did say fail core. That's what I've called it for the last 7 months that I've had it, because it just fails constantly up until the last. Like, I tried printing Batman for Batman Day before I left for Earth, and it just clogged and clogged and clogged. I come back from Earth, I let it sit for a week, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna print this
It
thing.
needed a break.
Haven't had no problem with it. It printed a Batman this tall.
The humidity changed in the room. Someone called the cops on Walter. Well, that I don't know if you guys watch that live PD show. I'm hooked on that now, but they do broadcast out of Tallahassee, which isn't too far from Walter.
Well, no, they if you look them up, they actually have a Wakulla episode, which is my home county.
Yeah, they've done a couple right in Ocala, which isn't far from me. So
that was a fire truck. That's what I said. I may have to go. Somebody that's kin to me, their house may be on fire, because I'm pretty much kin to everybody that way.
We stayed at this hotel in a place called Sturgeon Falls a few years ago for a wedding. We were all joking about how it's the kind of place you'd see on Cops or whatever. About 2 years after we stayed there, it showed up on Cops, and the room that my brother stayed in is the one that was actually in the episode.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like, I hate to say I told you so, but
Why are your printers on, but none of them are printing?
They're always on. I don't ever shut them off. That way they're ready to go whenever I am.
Makes sense.
That one I shut off, though, because the stupid fans in it are so screechingly loud.
Did you just get pads so your elbows stop hurting?
It's because I rub the skin off my elbows when I sit at the table. And I got that infection that one time in my elbow, and it like almost killed me. So now I'm a little bit more aware of it. So yes, they're mouse pads for my elbows.
mouse pads are cheaper than life insurance. That's a pro tip right there.
It was when I worked at Best Buy, and I always stood at the back counter working on people's cell phones, and somehow it just got a bacteria up in there and infected the burr sac. But by the time that I got in to see the doctor, the infection had moved almost to my lymph node. They told me that I was 24 hours away from losing the arm, 48 hours away from death.
Wow.
Because I had a owie on my elbow. It was just like a little red spot like this, but it was insanely sore. So protect your elbows, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Mad Mike, I'm hoping it's nothing serious, because it was only one fire truck. I didn't see a water tanker or anything else go, and I haven't seen any police or ambulance go by either. So it could be a grass fire going on down there. I don't know, Really don't know.
Sean popped in and said, "Good morning."
Right?
I've had enough of his shenanigans.
Hey, Farmer, what's that place you like with all the crap on the wall? Girly. Don't call him girly. The video clip that Sean made for Xander's return to Xander's thing Thursday, had I not put his name on there, he wouldn't have known who that was at first.
Really?
It was only because Sean's name came up, and he's like, "Oh, I should have known." He had no idea who it was in the beginning. So
We need to get Sean to make an outro clip for me.
he's pretty talented, but don't tell him I said that. I want to keep that a secret. What do you think about print adhesives? All right.
3D clip is awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say, are we talking about like adhesives to put stuff together like 3D glue, or are we talking about bed adhesives like
Magic Goo.
Magic Goo? God, I don't know why that escaped me. Or this
3D
one,
glue.
this nano polymer adhesive by
Vision
Vision Miner. Yeah.
I had my last UFO box, the October UFO, came with sample bottles that big.
Yeah, I've never tried this. I got a couple samples at Murph, but yeah, if we're talking about sticking stuff together, I'm a big fan of the 3D glue. It's a sticky situation.
Yeah, Walter's got it.
Sticky subject.
I glued Ready Printer 1, which is the full-size arcade cabinet, together using 3D glue, and it's spent over 40 hours in the car between Murph and Earth now, and it's still in one piece in my living room, so...
Oh, yeah. Well, no, if that thing completely melted, the part where you glued it together would still be glued together.
Yep.
Well, it made me have to reprint the fire hydrant because there was no getting the first one apart.
Right?
These puns are kind of tacky.
Robbie Mac. Do, Robbie Mac.
Dude, you don't know how many times I've sung that in my head, James, when he pops in.
Is that because I started, or is that because I'm not that original?
That was just not original because I've done it a lot over the months.
And I think I only know that song because of Rocky. I've rewatched the original Rocky movies like I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
See those nano diamond people? They've got a bed adhesive too.
That he gave some of that to Chris, to Mr. Riley.
The guy kept trying to get me to come over there and let his uncle or whatever do some nano whatever to my back because my back was hurting. I'm like, dude, I'm not putting some bed adhesive on my back. He's like, no, you don't understand. I'm like, I probably don't, but I'm not putting it on my back.
It's good for constipation if you drink it too.
Yeah, right, yeah.
The best thing to do when you don't understand something is just to let the person proceed without getting a proper explanation. That's what I find.
Absolutely. Well, that way you don't cause any ripples or upset anybody.
That's the Canadian thing to do, right?
That's close to home.
And I was hoping that my rep box was going to be here by today, so I could have assembled that while I was sitting here, but it hasn't gotten here yet.
My panels.
Well, my panels and stuff are coming from Pooch. My box is actually coming from Lauren. So he had Lauren send me one so that it was closer, but I wanted to have it before Orlando Maker Fair. Chris Gulata says, Josh, Alien After Dark. No, actually, if you read the Twitters, Josh said, nope, not doing it. He'd have to do it from the car on the way home.
Yeah, I went and met Chris Lane to give him back his next core. And on the way back, I was like, you know what? I still have a lot of UFO stuff to do tonight. Let me call Glenn, who didn't answer my call. And so then I texted him, and he's like, sure. And I was like, uh-oh. Did I make Glenn mad?
I got myself a custom rep box at Murph, and I finally hung it on the wall now. But I didn't hang it in such a place that you can see it on camera because I'm trying to turn like this area back here into just straight up filming and not hardware. And then
like I even got your voicemail.
Well, it never rang here. But I live in a Faraday cage.
So James, I bought a rep box at Earth too and gave it away.
You gave it away?
Yeah, it went with the pallet too.
Okay. I didn't win that. I didn't actually enter for it, so. Glenn told me to go for it, but I figured, you know what, I'm going to be paying a trip to Mosaic at some point, hopefully by the end of the year, if not beginning of next year, in Toronto to check out their place. So I'll probably pick one up while I'm there.
Right.
So the only thing that I can get easier in Canada than you guys can get in the States. The rest of the 3D printing world's over there, or China.
3D Fuel is almost in Canada. They're in Minnesota.
I wonder if I can swing the camera around so you guys can see my rep box. There, you can kind of see it there. Behind the light.
Well, barely.
Everything's a mess. Don't judge me.
Oh yeah, because nobody else here has a messy area. And by here I mean like everybody here.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the only area that I keep clean. Every once in a while, it's so funny because I get comments and stuff on YouTube, or somebody will DM me and they're like, "Wow, you keep your area really neat and clean." I'm like, if you could see what's just off camera.
I always give Walter crap because when I went to his place, his camera is like, it's all like, he's in a different room now, but when I went to his house,
when he was
in
in
his
the room,
it's like where you can see
Perfect. Yeah.
Everything outside of camera, it definitely looks like a Florida hurricane came through.
Yep. That looks like my floor too, Glenn. And James, here you go. There's my table. I mean, really? I got enough room for my arms and my mouse to move right here.
Oh, is that an overhead shot, Walter? I believe that's a square.
Oh yeah, I got overhead shot.
Yeah, see that my table between the two, I keep it clear this side, but this side, total mess.
I feel so much better. That's literally how my place is.
What's up, Aaron Seeger? Rosa said, "Oh my God."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Here,
I'll
give you-
clap out of here.
I don't know if I can reach it or not. I don't know if it'll make it. Won't make it. Never mind.
My house.
I don't even use my projector anymore, but I leave the projector screen up because the wood that I used for building the shelves at the top, the long spanning one, was warped a little bit before I put it up, and I thought it would like sort of level out and stuff because I attached a 2x4 across the back as support, and it didn't straighten out. So every time I have it shown, people are like, "Those shelves are going to collapse. You better take them down and redo them." So I just leave them covered up with the projector screen.
What you got to do is line the front of the shelf with stickers, but keep the stickers level. Let the shelf be bowed, but keep the stickers level across the
There
front.
you go. That's a life hack you can take to the bank.
Felipe says, since you guys mentioned palette, what do you guys think about 3D Chameleon?
I love the Chameleon, and it's come so far. Sorry, not to jump on it immediately, but I pre-ordered it originally. It got canceled because I'm in Canada, I guess. But it's the design that he's come up with has come so far since his original kick at the can, and he's apparently got it working better than the Prusa version.
Yeah, because the original one was the one where it had to go up and like it used the extruder to like push and pull the filament, right?
Yeah. And now he switched it, so he's got a switch you put at the extreme on your x-axis, and it goes over and presses one of those buttons, and then there's a secondary board that's in the control system that when it receives a signal from that goes switch from motor A to motor B to motor C to motor D. And so you don't have to modify your firmware. All you have to do is put the setting in your slicer for your filament change that it goes over and hits that button. So it's pretty ingenious.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking.
Any guesses to what's coming from Mosaic tomorrow?
Is it a palette?
I'm hoping it's print purge to
Glenn.
another object.
Glenn,
Or purge inside the.
don't leave those up too long. You just cover James's face.
I know, that's what I was doing. I wanted to see if James noticed.
Oh,
I did hear rumor that there is
Wait.
hardware
Can you put it back up?
and a software announcement.
Hey, look. Wait. There, I'm Wilson from Home Improvement.
Will,
I was waiting for James to say something. That's why I kept sticking him up there.
I hate to tell you, but the less I have to look at my own face, the better for me. So, you guys
sorry,
dig
man.
the new haircut though?
What's that?
Do you guys dig the new haircut though?
It's lovely. You like my new haircut?
Which one?
All of them.
oh,
Aaron Sager said, sorry, been late for some of the streams. Has this been turned into country print and play fun? We're actually auditioning for replacements for Chris Riley. We couldn't take his attitude any longer. He's
His refusal to make a Ben cheese.
yeah, he's too big for us now. So James was the one that stepped up this week with the most money.
Unfortunately, they're kicking me out after this week. I didn't pass.
No, Chris is traveling for work right now, so
I will be streaming tomorrow though. I did start a weekly stream on Mondays.
You do
Little self-promotion.
now? I need
Hey,
to add it to the calendar.
look, you need to go to the doctor about that, James. If you're only able to produce a stream on Monday,
Well, and sometimes I cross them, but that's usually not advised.
that's not good either.
No.
Aiden Mercury, I think a G7X camera is fine. I don't know what you're going to do with it, but I don't think there's anything wrong with a G7.
So Patrick Nienhoff comes in and says something lovely, like, we will always love your haircut, Glenn. But no, Michael Cassell comes in and digs me that Glenn's only got one hair to cut. Except for he spelled it Glenn with one N, so he's talking about the serial killer, Glenn.
I think that's a square, isn't it?
No, it isn't, but it should be. Where is Glenn Hogue today? He was tired of me calling him a serial killer, and he didn't come back.
Well, my purple PTG print is a few seconds away from being finished, according to Octoprint.
I thought it was going to take me longer to put the bed back on the FK1. I thought I was going to be working on it for a while.
Well, you had help.
No, it's done. Now I just got to crate it up and haul it to Orlando. Actually, I got to level it first, and then I'll crate it up and haul it to Orlando. Glenn with one N is a square. That's right.
It is a square.
Yeah, I don't think we've had any bingo winners lately. What are you guys doing out there? You taking naps?
Man, they're not playing bingo.
Dude, bingo's awesome.
They're not getting paid.
I mean, there's the 1.21 gigawatt was mentioned.
Yeah. Well, but there's more squares than this. It's
I play.
yeah. So, but nobody's. I haven't eaten pizza on stream in a while. I've tried to stop eating on stream. It's kind of unprofessional, and I'm all about professionalism.
Yeah.
In order for a Prusa Mini, I'm already running a Prusa Mini right here.
Yep.
Yeah, I won't
fancy
be
new,
ordering a mini. I don't need printers smaller than what I already have.
Well, then there's no printer that you can buy.
That's right. There's only up from here. This so far is my favorite little printer.
What the heck is that?
That is it's the Nano, the Easy 3D, Threed.
I heard that thing doesn't do very good print quality, though.
It actually did pretty stunning print quality.
It's cute.
See if I can give you some detail on that. There's the print.
Well, that looks decent.
Yeah, except for this right here took like 8 hours.
Wow. What about that little one up there?
That came from Joel. That we printed on that twice, but that's purely a showpiece.
That's what, the Fabricator Mini?
What's that?
That one's the Fabricator Mini, the one.
Yeah, the Fabricator Mini.
I wanted one of those, and by the time I went to buy it, they didn't sell it anymore.
Yeah, that's the one that Joel just randomly sent to Xander. He's like, you know what? I got a printer I'm going to send you. And then Xander had asked him, if he would sign it first. And he goes, well, I'll see what I can do. Well, he didn't even open the box. Like, it was still sealed in the box. So he didn't sign it. So we took the front off and took it to New York Maker Faire in 2017 and had him sign it. And then I also have this little guy over here. This is the Tina 2. I haven't even printed on this one yet. It's actually got a screen though, which is pretty cool.
What's that one? What's it called?
The Tina 2, Tina, Tina.
Never heard of it.
Makes two of us.
Yeah, they sent this to me for review, and they were going to send it to me, and they were transporting the injection molds that make the casing, and the vehicle that was transporting it was in a crash, and it broke the molds.
Oh.
So there was like a 3-month delay. So I still have to print with that one. But that 3 Nano, that thing is so easy. The slicer, it's a like a custom variant of Cura, but it's so super simple. So, do you have the Rebecca 5? I don't have a Rebecca 5.
I lost my duct tape.
Careful, Josh hates small printers. He was ranting about it at lunch.
Aaron Seeger, Saturday mornings during college football season are a no-go when it comes to streaming. So yeah, until about the midway of January, there won't be any Saturday morning streams unless I just happen to hop on here and talk about um, what football games are coming on or something.
Well, yesterday's game wasn't on until 3:30 in the afternoon.
There's other football games on and other football related items.
No, there is no other football games other than Gator.
I watched college football from 8 o'clock in the morning until 2:30 yesterday or this morning.
Oh, yeah,
8:30 yesterday morning until 2:30 this morning. I watched Nevada and them finish out their game this morning.
I couldn't care less about any other football. What about the Toy Box 3D printer? I like the toy. That's the one that is Lego compatible, isn't it?
Chris Lane and I were talking about that too.
That's the one that you can stick Lego to?
I think so.
There you go, Mr. Buttram. Football and football related accessories.
Oh, I can mention Lego all I want.
Regina is baking a cake shaped like Legos for my grandson's birthday party. He ain't listening.
So there's my 225-degree PETG print off.
Sweet.
It looks okay. I don't like doing support material with PETG. It sticks too good.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like I got to ban Aaron.
Right.
Can't be having that kind of language.
This is a family friendly channel, and it's taking all I can do to be family friendly right now to Aaron Seeger. Oh, Glenn, I don't guess you heard me. Regina's baking a cake that's shaped like Lego blocks for my grandson's birthday party this weekend.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we have the silicone ice molds, which we've also used for doing like candies.
Right.
That look like the little minifigures, and then also the bricks.
Somebody else posted about that recently, like yesterday or today, about a cake with Lego stuff on it.
Yeah. Yeah, Xander did a Lego themed birthday. It must have been like 7 or 8. But I did a big Lego head piñata, and I'm an overbuilder by default.
I believe we all know.
The kids had a really hard time breaking that. Like, we started with a stick, and we ended up with a wooden baseball bat. It was like a hardboard, like the thick cardboard, and then paper mache, multiple layers of paper. I was thinking about putting a layer of fiberglass on the outside, but it was legit. I'll have to find pictures of that. It was legit. I cut the face, like the eyes and stuff, out of vinyl, so it looked like a legitimate Lego head.
Big oak minifigure?
Anyone see the big? Oh yeah. That came across my feed a couple days ago, and I thought it was somebody, like Lego had posted it, and I thought like it was just like one of those, hey, look what this guy did, and I thought, oh really? They're kicking all of us in the nuts, in 3D printing, but they're gonna like worship this guy making a wooden one. But yeah, they're $120 a piece.
Hey, Ronnie Julian said, did he hear right? James, what brand of PETG can print at 225?
It's the Green Gate PETG, and I've printed, like, I'm still testing with it, so I'm not going to guarantee this for anybody, obviously, but I've had it printing as low as, I did 180 to 190, I think, at Earth, and then I've had it printing at 200 at home, but I generally been printing at 225.
James, did you get the clear?
The translucent purple?
Okay, I got the clear for top secret stuff, and while spooling it, I saw some issues with it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there were like black lumps and bubbles.
Did you have to pay extra for those lumps?
The lovely lady lumps?
Thing about it is, I get those randomly too, Josh, and I think that's leftover filament that's left in the nozzle That just
No, I was making samples out of it off the spool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And once again, James, what brand was that?
Greengate PETG.
Yeah, that's what came in the October's Maker Box. Is the
It's recycled.
what? I can't talk about Maker Box with you sitting here?
No.
Oh, I thought that's what you were laughing about.
They didn't tell me that when I bought 15 rolls to put in the November box.
Oh, that it was already in here. But there's no tungsten there. But yeah, no, I'm kind of excited to try it, being that it's recycled. But yeah, the hot end temperature. Yeah, if you guys didn't catch that, Josh is claiming his samples are bigger. Chris Gloves said bad claim. Hey, I have an Alien 3D box back there. I'm sorry. I had a relationship with MakerBox before Josh came along.
I'm just glad that me.
No, Josh and I have. Yeah, Josh and I have had multiple conversations about this. Like, we still like one another.
No, after me and Matt got to talk at Murph, everything's cool. But then what's the name from Printed Solid?
Dave?
Yeah, Dave said something during my live stream that kind of made my viewers go off on Printed Solid a little bit.
Oh, that's not nice. We like the Printed Solid.
I do too. But
Josh is a size queen.
Family friendly strain here. Come on now.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Sean said the lumps are from dye leakage and the bubbles are from the resin not being dried properly.
What would he know?
he's a resin guy now.
He used to work at Iced 3D.
John Mack said you do like large.
Oh, it would just be ice.
I ran out of filament. I'm hoping I noticed in time.
I gotta figure out what crazy thing to do for Murph to stand out again. I was thinking about hiring like 50 local dancers from a college and getting them to dance to the Men in Black song.
Flash mob.
Men in Black.
That would be epic.
The good guys dress in black. Remember that, just in case you ever come face to face and make contact.
Wow. Way to
It
go,
would have been
James.
better if you did that for Earth and you had Will Smith in Bel Air at the Fresh Prince of Bel Air contest.
That would have been cool, but I don't think Will Smith is gonna give two rats about a little 3D printing.
I'll call him, see what he says.
The way his career is going, give it another year or two, and he'll probably be happy to take anything. I hope I didn't offend the Will Smith fan in the chat.
John said, "Can you send me a dancer?" And Chris Lane said, "Can I help pick the dancer?"
Here comes the Glen in Black.
Doesn't he look shiny? Dang it, Patrick! I thought we were friends, man.
I might have missed a layer.
You know that flashy thingy to make people
Right.
blind them?
The neuralizer.
Neuralizer.
Yeah, right, and get it right back to them. But they wear the dark glasses. So what if they flash a crowd of people with that, but somebody's wearing glasses?
Well,
That guy gets to live
did you see,
little,
like,
knowing there's aliens.
The second or third one where they made it rain or something to make people forget? No, it was the Statue.
It was
of
the
Liberty.
Statue of Liberty, the big flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that not Harry Potter movie, but what's the new one? The new series?
International?
Animals? No, the animals.
Oh, the
The Harry Potter.
beasts,
people.
the fantastic beasts.
Yeah.
Where to find them?
They made one of the monsters fly into the clouds and rain on everybody to wipe their memory. What if you're inside?
Right.
Looking out a window?
You get to keep your memories.
I can't get the freaking supports out of this thing.
Just remember, take that girl to Cambodia, get her a lobster dinner, but spend more than $2.99. That's a square, by the way. That's totally a movie reference. Oh, okay. All right, Patrick. I'll let it slide then. Found it not a bad price either, $29 a kilogram. If it prints well, that would be a good deal. Because at $29 a kilogram.
I tell you what, I printed my little alien with it that I do for all the reveal boxes, and it was nice and clear. I printed it at $245 though, but it was nice and clear.
What was the high end of that? Yeah, $245. They claim $205 to $245. I always print hot.
Yeah, I do.
Like when stuff is like, oh, it prints at $195, I'm $215. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
This was a good. This was I like.
Not
these.
that kind of dancers, Aaron. Oh my cookies.
Nice bright. Push plastic. Yeah, one of my new favorites now is 3D Fuel.
I love 3D Fuel, and the guys at 3D Fuel are awesome to me.
Todd and John. You know, there's a new John.
Yeah, there's
that John moved, and now there's a new John. So there's 2 Johns and a Todd.
Yeah. No, they always come up and talk to me. It's really cool. They left on Saturday though. They weren't there for Sunday.
No, but they left their sample box out, and I got a few of them. I walked by the box like 6 times. I'm like, whoop.
That explains why I didn't get any. That was the box that was upstairs?
Yeah, it was only gray by the time I got there, though.
Josh, Rosa said I can't go.
You can't go.
No strippers allowed. No, not those kind of dancers.
Not those kind of dancers.
So in terms of how it prints, I mean, I think that it's pretty clean.
Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all.
The support is being a real. Now, I don't print in PETG very often, so I sort of took a stab at it because this wasn't using a lot of material, right?
I hate it.
So does Xander.
It's so hard.
John Max said, what?
Printer is that ugly thing?
That is a MakerBot.
We won't talk about that then.
Yeah, that belongs to the library. They've had it for like 5 years, and they've never printed on it. They're like, can you fix it? And I'm like, sure, and I've never even plugged it in yet. Sorry, guys, if you're watching. I'll get to it, I promise. Yeah, that's where my Tronx EX1 went. When I brought their CR10 back here to fix it, I gave them the Tronx EX1, and I said, I'm not hooking it up for you. You're on your own. I want to see it printing by the time I bring it back. And by the time I got back, they had been printing on it.
Cool.
So
They have infinite time because you're never going back.
what's that?
They have infinite time. You're never going back.
No. This was before. They got their CR10 back. Thanks to Sergio sending me a main board for it. Sean said, nice shirt, James.
This logo was designed by Sean. I lost chat. I just have something that says private chat, and I don't have a tab to switch between them anymore.
That's weird.
Well, oddly enough, I don't have the private chat.
You do. Right there.
Oh, right there. Okay, so on the right side, you should have comments and private chat.
All I have is private chat and like no tab on the top anymore from when what I used to switch isn't there anymore.
Weird.
Oh, yeah, because mine's still showing up. So
Well, let's do this.
You can just highlight anything that's important.
Here's a link to the actual chat that you can pop out.
And when
Oh, except for you can't see the comments.
Oh, wait, it just came back now. It literally just came back.
yeah, I was
okay.
just about to say when I had Devin from Gear 3D on the other day, she said her chat tabs kept disappearing too. I think it's an Ajax error.
Chris Lane said, sorry I didn't stop by. I'm even wearing my Fun King 3D shirt today. Dude,
He
you
was,
totally
too.
should have come by.
He was too. I was gonna take a picture and say, "Hey, I ran into Glenn at Cracker Barrel," but I forgot.
Dude, you totally should have come by.
So I think I've damaged this piece trying to remove the support material, as you do.
Great. I do have to give a shout out to Alien 3D. Not only do I love the filament boxes, but the family. Kids can't wait to see the candy. The wife steals all the pretty filament in your box graphics.
I appreciate it, Aaron. Very much
Is
appreciated.
it only PLA that has no smell, or are there other filaments that don't smell? I don't think PETG has a smell to it. At least I can't smell it anymore.
Yeah, see, to me, PLA has more of a
Smell than
PETG does.
yeah. Yeah, PLA, if you're cooking it right, kind of smells like cotton candy because it's a corn base.
So I want to take a second and apologize to Mr. Alien 3D himself because he sent me one of his boxes the first month that he did it. And I promised to do a video on it, and then it never happened. I did build the damn project though.
He did build the project.
Yeah. So here's the thing was I messaged you, right? Because remember I started filming the video on it, and the parts that I printed didn't work properly. And then you said, well, he's redesigned them, put them, I think it was on Thingiverse or whatever, and you sent me a link to download them. So I downloaded them, like, okay, I'll reprint it. I won't bother to do the video until I've got the good one because this one had too much play in it. And then that's pretty much all she wrote.
It's fine, James. It's absolutely fine.
Well, I too have that exact same Alien 3D box.
Yeah,
and as long as we're talking about it, let's talk about it. Oh, look, there's every bit of the contents
Still
from
in it.
Absolutely. Why would I take it? Even the build pack tool. I could have used to put my PEI sheet on instead. I used to.
I'll print a little bracket so I can have it on my head for my streams.
Hey, I too happen to have that exact same Alien 3D box. And would you look at this? It's still packed exactly how it came.
Y'all are the worst.
Dude, every one of those maker boxes is full of filament
I
still.
believe it.
Tomorrow's stream is just going to be me sitting there with this balanced on my head and playing music on my face.
Now,
There you go, Glenn. I just cost you 5 subscribers.
Josh,
Oh, and look,
I
the
will
rest of the
tell you,
material's still in
I'm
there.
one of the only ones that's still like that, though.
No, I guarantee you're not.
That one's a collector's item.
No, I mean I've got some that are empty. I'm using for storage over here. So yeah, I mean that one and the last one are the only two that are still have their stuff in them.
Okay, so do you remember which filament this was then? Because I don't have the documentation where I put the samples.
That
back in here.
is either that's the 3D fuel, and it's either the hemp, the coffee, or the beer infused.
That looks
Based
like
on the color,
I've got.
it looks like it's the hemp.
I was gonna say hemp because it doesn't have a smell to it.
Chris Colada said, I use many samples, you losers.
James, that is the wood. You sure?
No. It's
Yeah, this is the exact same one he just held up.
negative. That's the Zoltec wood that was in the September box. In the very first UFO, I had 3D fuel. It was either hemp.
Hold on, I got it here. Hold on. No, it's still in my other
See,
room.
this one I believe is the coffee based
It's
on
in here,
color.
right?
Yeah.
It's still in my old room over there, Josh.
Coffee, beer, or hemp. But
Coffee
I was
beer.
in a hurry to get them out, and I forgot to label them.
Great. So we got defective boxes.
Well, now I don't feel bad anymore. I couldn't review the product because I didn't know what it was. Problem solved.
Based on the color, it was the hemp, because the coffee is a little darker, and then the beer infused is lighter.
Sending out the hemp. You dealer, you.
Okay.
So, what kind of fumes does the hemp give off when you print with it? The
It
ones that are
doesn't
legal.
Really
in
good
Canada?
ones.
It doesn't actually. It didn't really have any smell. The coffee one smelled the most during the printing. But I was disappointed because it only smells during printing.
Mr. Benjamin says, I turn every single sample into maker coins. I only ever print my maker coins out of the same filament every time. There's only 2 of my maker coins out there in the wild that were done in
Did
a
you ever
different
try that yellow I gave you?
filament. No. It's over there in the stack.
I'm pretty sure that it's the yellow that matches yours the most.
And then Happy Run brought me this yellow last week, or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was.
Oh, that one's brighter.
It's insane.
Who's that?
I don't
That is not a mellow yellow.
No, it's a Chinese unbranded.
People love to give me yellow filament.
And he hates yellow.
I don't even like yellow. Red's my favorite color. Ronnie Julian said if you send him stuff, he'll make videos. Josh is a small business owner, and that that he can't afford to like send things out for free.
Yeah, I really wish I could. Like, I don't know what's up. I've been last December I was at 110 subscribers, and I was growing by like between 10 and 20 every month from the time I started. Chris Riley put out a video in January, and I doubled in 1 month.
Yep.
And I've been stuck at that number ever since February.
Well, that's because you played with metrics. If you just let it continue to grow, you'd been fine. But you screwed with it. My YouTube channel was growing steady, and then all of a sudden Joel like took me to the stars. Now I'm not growing anymore.
I'm growing a little bit every month.
Aaron Seeger said, Josh thought about going to the Maker Box, but I enjoy the heart you put into your products. No, Maker Box, way better.
No, I tell you what. If you want more exotic filaments, Maker Box is the way to go with their exotic brand. I wouldn't do their basic box because their basic box is, just basic. The PLAs and the four colors from the same brand. But their exotic box, I definitely would recommend that if you're looking for more exotic filaments. My box is more geared towards the families and the little makers that like to do projects, and it's always PLA and PET G, and every once in a while I'll throw in, glow in the dark and wood fill and
yeah, the projects are cool.
But I mean, it's like two different markets depending on the box.
Yeah, I got a Profi box, or however you say that, Profi box. He gave me one at Earth to open.
Yeah, they made me mad, so I unsubscribed, and I'm no longer using. Like, for the last year, Filament One has been in every UFO for the last 12 months. Now they've put out a box that is in direct competition to me. They're Profi Mini.
Yeah.
So from now on, UFO boxes, 4 different filaments after December, because December I got sponsored by Ziltech. So every spoiler alert. Every color from in the December.
If you guys don't want to know that, go back. Just rewind and don't listen to that part.
And but yeah, I think everybody's gonna like them.
So, and then I did one Mondo box. Oh, it's in the cabinet over there. Steve sent me a Mondo box to open, and the coolest part about the Mondo box was that laser cut spool. Have you seen one of those?
I did, and I tried to make one, but my laser cutter just burned up after 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Now it's a filament rewinder.
Yeah. Well, it was. Now I'm on version 3 of my filament rewinder, and I do 9 samples at a time now.
All these people talking about all these other boxes.
Did he just lose audio, or did my thing mute?
Did I lose audio?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I thought you did that intentionally. That was
perfect. Because we hear all these other people talking about other filament boxes, and then you lean back and you're
like all these other people talking about filament boxes. You're like,
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
You're gone again. You're gone again.
I got it. Oh, okay.
Oh my God, that is epic. Oh, that's a stare. That is.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Don't move.
No, I'm
taking
the
hard work, Mike.
I think the batteries are gone in the pack. So
oh my God, that's so funny.
To the mic. But I was saying, Josh, that everybody else is out here talking about all these other boxes. I'm a UFO box whore. That's it. Nothing else. I get one box.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, my battery is flashing here. So
good night, Sergio. Thanks for being here, brother.
Yeah, Mr. Butcher, I apologize for that, but it's when I first started working with them, they agreed to like a certain price for each roll, and that price has gone up every month for the last 6 months. And then, now they're direct competitor with me with their mini box, and they're talking about putting projects and stuff in them too. So I just
so just straight up copy.
Yeah.
Competition's good for business. Josh was getting like really just kind of lazy on his boxes, and he wasn't up in his game.
My last 2 boxes have had Arduino projects in them.
You know what I love about 3D printing? I put those wheels on the Ender 2, right? And it wouldn't home anymore because the wheels kept hitting. So while we've been talking, I took a design, modified it, replaced the original bracket for the Y end stop, and now it works properly in the amount of time we've been hanging out here.
Which is the most incredible part about rapid prototyping.
And it worked first. Well, actually, I haven't tried to home it, but I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, we're all good.
Now wait, Josh, you said Ziltech's doing the profile box? I thought that was
No, that's filament one.
Filament one.
okay.
No, Ziltech is going to be all of my filaments in December. All 4 filaments are going to be Ziltech because they're the spoiler alert. All their shining ones or their silks.
Stop giving away so much information.
I give people spoilers now.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
I don't want
People
your box
like it.
then.
It's bad news,
Don't
Bears.
fill my box.
I know. I wouldn't want it with spoilers. I was going to buy it, but no, I'm not going to.
I already know how it ends.
Someday my kids will stop eating and I'll be able to afford extra boxes.
Well, Xander's almost old enough to start working, right?
Yeah, I wish. I'm just glad he's back to doing Xander's thing Thursdays.
Yeah, Carl Schumann, talk to Leslie. Leslie's awesome, and if you have any problems, let me know. Because
there's
Ziltech sponsors my box every month.
Oh, look at that. A little IC3D PLA Alien 3D style.
Is that the ooze or the probed?
It's the ooze.
The ooze.
I don't know which one I got.
That's ooze.
But I have. Yeah.
I've got a roll of each, though, thanks to one of my Patreon subscribers.
Well, a certain somebody had sent it to me as it was like the end of the run. It wasn't a full roll, so it just magically showed up here.
They really?
Yeah. You can't. I'm gonna take something out, but you can't say anything.
Okay.
Okay. I just want you to see this,
Want me to
but
not
don't.
look?
No, you can look. I just don't want you to say anything on camera.
What?
That's this week's Xander's Thing Thursday.
What?
Well, wait a minute. He's supposed to print that and shoot that and get that already on Thursday. How can it be a Thursday and it's already done?
Shh.
It's not filmed yet. If we don't get a break, we're gonna have a problem. But we normally shoot them Saturday mornings. But my wife went out of town Friday night, and Xander was gone to a friend's house on Saturday, and I had to take Zach to his game on Saturday, and it was just like Saturday was gone. I think I was home for all of 2 hours all day Saturday.
Aaron, the project in the Thanksgiving box may be a little bit disappointing.
Way to build it up, man.
I'm straight up transparent with everybody. I mean, it's my November box last year. The project was the worst, ugliest turkey timer project.
Oh, I remember that. Yep.
To exist. So I think I'm making a Thanksgiving joke every year to do just a terrible turkey project. But no, the December box, I think it's going to be pretty epic. I think people will be happy with it.
Well, guys, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I do have to go eat supper before 7:00.
Oh yeah, it's 6. I didn't even realize by the time just like Walter's the guy that like he's the killjoy.
It's 6:00. I'm going.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out of here.
No, with this new diet, I'm not eating after 7, and I hadn't ate supper yet. So.
Oh no, I hear you, brother. So we'll go ahead and do your outro.
Bye.
No, come on, do a proper outro.
I'm Walter Kuntry 3D, and this Tuesday we will definitely be having a stream. It is my 1,500 subscriber giveaway. I am giving away a Star Trek ship this Tuesday, so if you're not subscribed, please do ring it up. Come over and join me, because if you chat, you too could win a collector item Star Trek ship with a book mailed to you shortly after you win. So come see us Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday evening. Well, 6 to something. I got to eat before I come. So anyway.
Chris Coolout said, ding, show's over.
All right. Ding, you're out.
All right, James, that's you, brother.
I'm James. I am from the Print and Play YouTube channel. I'm Print and Play on YouTube, JC Print and Play on Twitter, and some variation of JC and Print and Play everywhere else. I do mostly arcade and video game related 3D printing projects, although that's going to be expanding. And I run a live stream every Monday night from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. EST. So, sorry, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. EST. So love it if some of you could stop by and say hi. That's it for me.
That's you, Josh.
I am Josh from Alien 3D. I do monthly mystery boxes, and here recently I now sell pretty much everything 3D printing related. If I don't sell it, let me know, and I will sell it. You can also check me out on Twitter and Instagram, Alien Slacker. Facebook is Alien 3D US, and Twitter is Alien 3D.
And your website is?
Nope, alien3d.us.
There you go.
I'm at YouTube as Alien 3D.
That's
Thank you,
it?
sir,
That's all
for
you
letting
got?
me have here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I am Glenn from Fun King 3D, but I'm sure you know that. It says it once or twice around here somewhere. And as I say every week, we want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in and sticking with us for this. We appreciate it because it'd be senseless to do this without you. A big thanks going out to James for being our basement today because we wouldn't have had a basement otherwise. Stupid jobs getting in the way. Sorry, running the chat. And I think that's all I got. I can be found pretty much everywhere. Fun King 3D, funking3d.com. Come to Florida next weekend, Orlando Maker Fair. It's a good time for all. Anybody else got anything?
No, that's it.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye. Peace out.
Love each and every one of you.